Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Another nice looking start to the day. We're still at about 65. Well, actually, no, make that 75 degrees. It's considerably warmer than it was this time yesterday. And 75 is the true temperature right now. High of 80 degrees, sunny skies, 72 for your low tonight, 81 for tomorrow's high. And we're looking at those conditions through Sunday. Then there could be a cooling trend at the end of the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as well. No major incidents to report up and down US 1. That is also good news. And we are going to say good morning to Leah Stockton from A.H. Monroe. Good morning, Leah. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you very much. So we have a couple of things that we need to talk about specifically with A.H. Monroe Health and Housing. This is a big year, 40th anniversary, a legacy of care, a future of hope. Well, we celebrate 40 years of service to the Florida Keys community. Let's talk about the 40th anniversary and some opportunities for people and businesses to take part in that celebration.
Absolutely. This is a milestone for us, 40 years here in the Keys. Many people will remember that A.H. Monroe actually started as AIDS Help back in 1986 in response to the AIDS crisis. And the organization has continued to help people in the Keys ever since. The organization has grown considerably, became A.H. Monroe in 2009 to recognize that we not only serve people living with HIV, but also that affordable housing is just as important. Health is housing and housing is health. And so, yeah, it's been a big 40 years and lots more to come.
Yeah, indeed. And there's sponsorship opportunities, including the 31st annual Taste of Key West, the Vintners Dinner also coming up. We will talk about both of those events specifically, and then general partnership opportunities always exist for businesses and individuals to support A.H. Monroe celebrating 40 years of building community and transforming lives.
Absolutely. We are, nobody likes a party like Key West likes a party, right?
That's true.
And so you can't have an anniversary without celebrating. So we're bringing back the Vintners Dinner. We haven't had this event since 2019. It was always a favorite when we had it. It is if you've never been, it is a wonderful evening, multi-course meal served by local chefs. And each course is paired with fine wines by vintners that fly in specifically for this event. So it's one of those you get your money's worth, what you eat and drink there. But also it's going to be a great evening with live music, entertainment, a toast to 40 years. And it's held at beautiful Williams Hall on Saturday, March 21st.
Okay, so that is coming up just about a month away, celebrating 4 decades of compassion, partnership, and community impact with this intimate, upscale evening of fine wines, curated cuisine, limited capacity event. So are the tickets available as of now?
The tickets are available. They are on the Taste of Key West website, and you just click on Vintners Dinner, and it'll take you right in from there. The tickets are being processed through Keys Tix, and you can get a table for 4, a table for 8, or individual tickets as you'd like. It really is a lovely event, and many people remember it from decades past, and I think we'll want to come out, and I hope we'll want to come out and join us to celebrate and have a good night.
You are going to have a very busy time that part of March, because March 21st be the Vintner Dinner. March 23rd, just 2 days later, will be the 31st annual Taste of Key West 2026 edition. Again, A.H. Monroe celebrating 40 years of care for the Keys. Sip, savor, support the Keys, local flavors, lasting memories. It really is a showcase event in Key West, and A.H. Monroe again hosting Taste of Key West on March 23rd, Truman Waterfront.
Yes, this is our signature fundraiser every year. It's definitely a crowd favorite. We usually have around 4,000 guests come out throughout the evening, and it's free to come on down. And then you buy tickets that can be used at the various beverage tents. And we have over 40 local restaurant and beverage partners joining us. Republic National Distributing Company is our partner for the wines. And then if you want to attend Taste of Key West, but you want a little bit more upscale evening, we do have our VIP tent, which is sponsored by First State Bank this year. And you can have seating there, wines directly in the tent, past hors d'oeuvres, and then you go on out into the larger Taste of Key West event to sample at the various tents.
Yeah, so general admission is free. You pay as you go. The VIP pass available, as you mentioned, two for Taste Pass as well, perfect for couples and friends. You can find out about all of those experiences at tasteofkeywest.org. Good food, good times, good cause. These two major events for A.H. Monroe do seem to have food involved. Not a bad idea.
Hey, what's wrong with that, right?
No, who can argue? But again, Taste of Key West, over 200 wine, beers, and spirits. That's going to be a great night. So two very big events coming up, one shared impact, all benefiting A.H. Monroe, celebrating 40 years of service to our community. Speaking with Leah Stockton, A.H. Monroe's Director of Development and Engagement. So tickets are all available online right now, and sponsorships still available for the events and for A.H. Monroe in general. And people can find out about that on the websites as well.
Absolutely. We couldn't do what we do without the support of the community. We've been very lucky, very grateful that the community has made us what we are today, and a successful organization helping hundreds, thousands of people each year, really thousands.
Yeah.
And we look forward to continuing to do so, and hope that the community will continue to support us moving forward as we look to what's next.
Yeah, and a great partner in all of this, Mount Sinai Medical Center, Key West. Diamond level sponsor of Taste of Key West, and they certainly have stepped up and contributed ongoing, including A.H. Monroe's endeavors. Republic National Distributing Company, very involved. Thanks for their sponsorship. And of course, the Tourist Development Council, Monroe County and Florida Keys and Key West, involved in helping making these events possible as well.
Absolutely. Like I said, we couldn't do these events without our sponsors, and we want to show them some love throughout the events as well, and throughout the year, because this really is a 40th anniversary campaign that will continue throughout the year. So thank you to all of the individuals and businesses. All of that information is on Taste of Key West as well.
Yes, indeed. And as far as health and housing goes, any updates that we should mention? The lofts at Bahama Village, 126 units there.
Yeah.
And that continues to, is it filled now as far as residents?
Yeah, we have 98 rental units there at the lofts at Bahama Village that we manage. And as of last week, we are officially full. Hooray.
Yes.
Every unit,
Yes.
every unit is taken, which is wonderful, a wonderful service to the community. But as we know, life happens. Units are going to, change over. People move in, people move out. So if you are interested in living at the lofts at Bahama Village, please reach out, and we will give you more information, put you on the wait list. And that would be housing@ahmonroe.org would be the email that you would use, housing@ahmonroe.org, or you can give us a call and we can answer any questions about it.
Well, we've been talking about that project for a while, but A.H. Monroe has continued to pursue it as they always do, health and housing, and now more than ever. And the lofts have, what a successful venture and project that has been. So congratulations on having all of those families now having the housing that they so well deserve. So again, Leah Stockton with us, A.H. Monroe's Director of Development Engagement. You can find out more overall. ahhousing.org is where you find that out. AH Health and Housing. Yes, again, ahhousing.org is where you find that out. And then again, delve into the Taste of Key West and the Vintners Dinner coming up in March. It's going to be quite a month.
That it is. Looking forward to it. Hope we see everybody at Vintners or at Taste of Key West. And thank you.
Well, and happy 40th anniversary to everybody at AH Monroe. And thanks for all that AH Health and Housing has done for our community and will continue to do for many, many more decades.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
All right. I think we covered it all for now, Leah, unless there's anything else we need to add.
Nope, that's it. Thank you. You have a great day. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely, always. Thank you, Leah, for all that you do. We will talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye now. Leah Stein. She's Director of Development Engagement for AH Monroe on Keys Talk 96.9 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. No major incidents to report up and down US 1 as we hit the midweek stride here. And forecast looking pretty good, though. It's warm today, comparatively speaking, versus the past couple of days. This time of the morning is 75 already. We're going to 80. We'll return with more of Good Morning Keys. This is Keys Talk 96.9 102.5. The Talk of the Keys.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender at Keys Auto Center, home of the Keys local deal match guarantee on all in-stock new Cadillacs, Chevrolets, and GMCs on the boulevard. And right now, it's the biggest inventory we've ever had of Silverados, Sierras, and the Chevy Trax. Confidence comes standard from the people you know, like, and trust at 3500 North Roosevelt Boulevard or KeysAutoCenter.com. We've got the keys. Everybody needs here at Keys Auto Center.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold delicious ground coffee always brewing and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche. Delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in-store with 24 hours advance notice. And enjoy new cream-filled croissants with chocolate or vanilla filling and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in-store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. Old Town Bakery, KeyWest.com.
The gigantic nautical market at Founders Park in Isla Mirada is back this weekend. The Keys Deck and Dock Supply Gigantic Nautical Market, presented by the Pool Spa Billiard Store and produced by the Upper Keys Rotary, is back with more than 350 vendors selling everything from hooks and rods, nautical clothing, and artwork to full boat packages. You won't walk away hungry either, with 20 food trucks spread around the park with a variety of taste-tempting offerings to satisfy your cravings. There's something for the entire family. They call it a boat show with a beach and a playground. Bring the entire family for this amazing weekend. Park at Coral Shores High School and use the free shuttle. This Saturday, 8 to 5 and Sunday, 9 to 3. Check out the Rotary Nautical Market on Facebook, Instagram, or on the website, keysrotary.org. That's keysrotary.org. The gigantic nautical market at Founders Park, mile marker 87 this weekend. See you there.
Key West is on the move with Key West Rides. Our transit service is customized for your transportation needs. With the Key West Rides app, you choose your bus stop pickup and drop-off locations, and you ride the bus on your own schedule. You can book a ride for now or book one for later. Key West Rides operates daily from 6 a.m. to 8:15 p.m. Download the app now and customize your ride with Key West Rides.
What's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And it is 8:21 now. We're going to say good morning to Greg Velez. He is the Executive Director, Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority, also Key West Commissioner. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Thanks so much for being here. And I know you've been doing a lot of travel as of late, and with a lot of other policymakers and leaders. You made a couple of trips up to Tallahassee, and everybody's looking for funding. What were some of the requests that your contingent was making, and how do you think it was received?
Well, we've been kind of like a single stream request for a number of years now. Our all of our requests surround our RO plant that we're building in Northern Maryland. We would be like just in 2022, it was nothing more than just an idea, just something that we came up with, and we've been going to Tallahassee and we've been getting great response. So now we're out of the ground. We started construction, permitting is done, so it's moving along nicely.
Good, and it continues to be pretty well received. Are any of the budget negotiations between all the different parties there, will that have any impact as far as what final numbers might look like?
Well, yeah, ultimately the number of dollars that they get down to are the number of dollars that are available, and then we got to start splitting the pie.
Yeah.
What we try to emphasize all the time is that, water should not take a back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And without us, the whole thing comes to a grinding halt. And I mean, yes, it's a good sales line, but it's also a reality.
Yeah.
We got to keep the water flowing. And I think so far, the improvements that we're making to both the pipeline and guarding against any kind of leak. And there will be more leaks. I mean, in the water world, that's just a reality also.
Mm-hmm.
The RO plants are going to help a great deal.
So for those who are unfamiliar, we say RO plant. Some people may be new to the Keys or whatever. Let's explain what that is and how that plays a role in our water supply here.
In its most simplest form, it's taking water from the ocean and making it into potable drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
It's an expensive process. However, it does give us the ability to make water further south, which reduces our dependency on Florida City.
Mm-hmm.
And we can make up right now with what we have in place in Stock Island, we can make up to 4 million gallons a day. Just for perspective, we use about 22 a day in the entire Florida Keys.
Yes.
So 4 just about covers Key West for the day. We'd like, we're in the process of putting the one in Marathon, which will give us another 4 million gallons a day.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting into some real numbers where we're approaching half of what we take in every day, and that's huge for us.
Yeah. Yeah. So otherwise, when you say Florida City, we're talking about, of course, piping it down from Florida City. But ultimately, is it the aquifer there? We hear about, Florida Bay and the Everglades and that kind of thing. But ultimately, the water source is what?
It's the Biscayne Aquifer.
Mm-hmm.
And we bring that down and we draw out of that.
Mm-hmm.
That is what now you're hearing about water shortages and where things are getting critical due to lack of rain. It's the Biscayne that's being affected. So there have been some water warnings placed. Nothing mandatory has been put into place as far as restrictions, but we've brought our take down where we take up to 18 million gallons a day out of there. We've lowered it by 1 million gallons, and we're making it up from both RO and what we're taking out of the other Florida and brackish aquifer that we pull from every day.
Wow. So it is a very complicated process, obviously, one that people don't really think about when they open their faucet each day, but it is pretty complicated. We're drawing from various sources, diversifying as well. Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority, FKAA.com is where you find out more. Speaking with Greg Velez, Executive Director of Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority. We're into high season now. Seems like capacity is pretty high as far as hotels and visitors and snowbirds, etc. How much fluctuation do we see between seasons here in the Florida Keys?
We do see quite a bit. When it's a big weekend, it's a drain on us. When we see a big weekend and we experience a leak or we experience some kind of shortfall in production, that's a really big deal for us. So as long as we can maintain our water sources and everything operable, we can keep our levels up and sustain anything that happens as far as visitors. It's when one of those arteries gets shut down when it becomes problematic, and then we have to really work on getting those keeping our levels up in our tanks.
And when we're talking about capacity, Greg, we've heard it before where people get concerned about the Florida Keys outgrowing its infrastructure. We do have an aging system, which you and your team are always working on upgrading and doing a fantastic job doing it. Is there ever any danger of outgrowing the system that we have now?
with the BPAS units that are in place and stuff, we don't see a problem maintaining or being able to service anything they can build. Back when the anti-building, and it still is obviously a topic of conversation, we're the first people they point to. Well, the aqueduct can't keep up. Yes, we can keep up. That shouldn't be a reason to build or not to build. Just understand that whatever they decide to build, we can get water to.
All right. You're up to the task. I don't doubt that. How about wastewater? Is there ever any discussion or concern about wastewater and ability to keep up with that versus growth?
Yes, that's wastewater is always a problem. People get very upset when wastewater hits the ground. Not so upset when regular water hits the ground. So that it's much more of a touchy situation, and we work hard to keep that side of our operation. We take we handle all the wastewater for the unincorporated areas in Monroe County, plus the Navy. Each municipality has a wastewater system, as well as does Key West, and they operate their own systems. We work a lot together. We try to help each other out. We send some of our excess capacity to Key West because they have some. And that kept us from making a major renovation in one of our plants. We were just able to utilize some old pipe that was already in the ground, and we hooked up to their system, which helped us a great deal.
Yeah. So, the municipalities have their own. That's why we hear occasionally about Marathon of the Deep Well and that kind of thing. So, but that system is in place for Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority, taking care of unincorporated areas. So, it's very educational every time I talk to you, Greg. I appreciate the perspective and what's been going on and continues to go under your leadership, Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority. And projects, we're now into 2026. We haven't had to talk about traffic tie-ups hardly at all, so congratulations and thank you for that. But yet progress continues, and the funding that we do get is being put to very good use, replacing the pipeline. Where are we currently as far as current projects up and down the Keys? What can we expect maybe the next month or so?
Well, in the next month or so, we're going to be tying in the subaqueous we did with the open cut that's come across the front of the school. That'll give us a continuous run of, I've lost track, I want to say somewhere around 15 miles thus far. And we're shooting at another 7, starting at the 84-mile marker and working south, which will take in 4 bridges, so 4 subaqueous crossings. It's going to be quite an undertaking. Right now, it's just keeping the money out in front of the project. The project is clear. Yeah. The mission is clear. What we have to do is clear. Yeah. It's getting money to pay for it. That's going to be the thing that continues to be the challenge.
Yeah.
We've got the process down.
Yes. And it's been pretty fine tuned at this point as well. When you say school, we're mentioning Coral Shores High School up in Tavernier specifically, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And, a lot of the activity has been in the northern part of the county, and I assume it's kind of starting there, moving south over time, that kind of thing. And that makes logical sense from a layman, I suppose, because, you can't have breaks in the upper end. That doesn't help the lower end. Is that the logic?
Well, it's also some areas where we've seen some pretty bad pipe due to tidal flows. You get a lot of high tides there. Some of the pipe years and years and years ago, we're not finding the bedding in there that we should be finding. So there's a lot of factors that lead to that. We're just trying to make sure that, everyone always asks, are you coming by? Yes, we're coming by everybody eventually. If this goes well and we do it right, everyone's going to see us.
Wow.
We're just not coming to everybody right now.
Yeah. And how about like side streets, tributaries and that kind of thing? Eventually, are they going to need attention too?
Always.
Whoa.
We have, I would say, a majority of the people that work for us do nothing but that all day. And they don't get as much credit as, the pipeline that's drawing all the attention out on US 1. But on Facebook, you'll see it every day. Every time we have a break, it's on Facebook. We're putting it out there and people are responding. Yeah. If there weren't leaks, there wouldn't be any need for us.
Yeah.
Everybody complains. The aqueduct water companies exist to deal with leaks and mishaps, and that's what we do most of the day.
Yeah. And then finally, too, forgive me, I forget the terminology, but we had a mandate, I think, from the federal government to get a certain substance out of the water and that kind of thing. That was also something we had to contend with. Has that been completed? Is that ongoing? Where do we stand there?
It's ongoing. We feel as though we got a good jump on it. We knew it was coming. We didn't know what the final number was going to be. Final number was lower than we thought, so we have to bring our emissions down to zero. Everyone does.
Yeah.
And as well publicized, we are the most southern city, and it seems to be more prevalent in the southern part of the state. Mm-hmm. So we have the highest levels. We're not seeing where it's getting any more in our system. It's coming in that way, and it's getting to Key West that way. So we have to take it out. In the next 5 years. We have to have it out of our system. We are redesigning our plant in Florida City to use basically another reverse osmosis system, which will take all of the PFAS out. And that's going to be to the tune of $100 million. So that's no small project.
Nope. And fluoride, we don't do that anymore, right? Or am I wrong?
No, we do not.
Okay.
We do not.
All right. Well, lots of questions here this morning, but you've got lots of answers. I appreciate that. Greg Velez, he is the Executive Director of Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority, also serving us as City Commissioner, City of Key West, former City Mayor, well, I made you the mayor. How about that? City Manager as well. We'll give you all the titles. Why not? So anyway, Greg, I know you've got a really busy day and a lot of things to get to. Anything else we should mention at this point, sir?
No, just everyone be safe. Please be patient. It's not, the traffic will come and the traffic will go, and we will impede traffic again. Trust me. Just please be patient, and we're going to get through it as fast as we can.
All in the name of progress, and it's much better to do this than have a major break down the way and have no water at all. Then people would really be upset. But we appreciate all that you do, Greg. Thank you for being here this morning, and we will talk again soon.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
I know. Take care. Greg Velez with us, Executive Director, Florida Keys Aqueduct Authority, City Commissioner as well for City of Key West. FKAA.com is where you find out more. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. It is 8:35.
The gigantic nautical market at Founders Park in Islamorada is back this weekend. The Keys Deck and Dock Supply gigantic nautical market, presented by the Pool Spa Billiard Store and produced by the Upper Keys Rotary, is back with more than 350 vendors selling everything from hooks and rods, nautical clothing, and artwork to full boat packages. You won't walk away hungry either, with 20 food trucks spread around the park with a variety of taste-tempting offerings to satisfy your cravings. There's something for the entire family. They call it a boat show with a beach and a playground. Bring the entire family for this amazing weekend. Park at Coral Shores High School and use the free shuttle. This Saturday, 8 to 5 and Sunday, 9 to 3. Check out the Rotary Nautical Market on Facebook, Instagram, or on the website, keysrotary.org. That's keysrotary.org. The gigantic nautical market at Founders Park, mile marker 87 this weekend. See you there.
Hi friends, AJ King here with Kia of Key West. February is the perfect time to upgrade your drive, and the all-new redesigned 2027 Kia Telluride is raising the bar. With bold styling, a refined interior, advanced safety technology, and 3 rows of comfort, the Telluride is built for family road trips and everything the Keys can throw at you. If you're ready for an SUV that delivers capability, comfort, and confidence, this is the one. Come visit us at 2826 North Roosevelt Boulevard or visit us at KiaofKeyWest.com. Come see why Kia and the Keys just go together.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry. Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Good morning to you. Checking traffic once again. No major incidents to report up and down US 1. Looks pretty clear here. No major incidents is good, but also school zones are in effect. School buses are out about as well, so please keep that in mind. 75 degrees now on our way to 80. Beautiful weather here, as we may have a little bit of a cold snap at the end of the weekend. But for now, it looks like we're going to be treated to some very good weather through the weekend. We're going to say good morning to Susie Youngberg. She's president of the Key Largo Chamber of Commerce, the legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Susie.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning to you. Maybe we'll make you our traffic reporter. Things look okay where you are, I hope.
Things are good. I am actually in Key Largo, and traffic is flowing very smoothly this morning.
Well, good. Yeah, it's a nice day to be out and driving about. And indeed, it is beautiful. So, legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce, always providing a lot of different resources for our business community in the Upper Keys, and a lot of opportunities for networking and educating and the like. We had our luncheon last week, so let's talk about that first off.
Oh my goodness, it was actually our first luncheon of 2026, and I couldn't have been more pleased. We had a new venue, actually. It was the Snooks Bayside Restaurant and Grand Tiki Bar, which is a beautiful location right there on the Florida Bay. Thankfully, the weather was a little cooler. I remember saying a week or so ago when we were having that bad cold snap that I hope it warmed up a little, but not too much, because we were going to be outside for our luncheon, and it was just perfect. It was a true Chamber of Commerce day. The weather was perfect. The view was perfect. The food was really good. And our speaker, Steve Cooper from Centennial Bank, he's a financial advisor, gave a really good presentation with some great tips for people on, just financial wellness, managing their finances. And Centennial Bank also sponsored the luncheon. So everything turned out really good. We had about 80 people, which I thought for, a February luncheon about finances was pretty good.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes. Yeah. And, Snooks is really a nice, and let me say overall, just the Key Largo Chamber luncheons are wonderful opportunities to showcase and also to experience different locations that people may not be aware of. And there's so many beautiful venues in the Upper Keys and throughout Key Largo. Snooks, my wife and I ate there, and we stayed adjacent to it a number of times when we were working on the radio station there, 96.9.
And the Bayside Inn.
The Bayside Inn. What a great, the location is fantastic, and everything about it was very enjoyable. Snooks is really a nice spot.
It is. They've done a lot of work there. They have the new Iguana Beach, which is an event venue, weddings and things like that. So it's just, if you haven't been there in a while, I suggest going by Snooks.
Yes, it really is very, very pleasant, no doubt. So another successful luncheon, opportunity to get to know many other businesses in the Upper Keys. I think it was maybe the December or November luncheon where you actually had each member stand up, introduce themselves, and talk a little bit about who they represent and what they do. That also was very informative as well. So it's a great opportunity to meet other business people.
It is. We try to do the pass the mic where everyone gets to say hello and introduce themselves. It's a kind of a blessing curse, I guess. We have gotten, the Key Largo Chamber is growing, yes, and we have gotten where, as a rule, we have 80 to 100 attendees at our luncheons. So it gets to be a little harder to pass the mic around to give everyone a chance, in addition to having a good speaker, because we like to give plenty of time to our presenters. So, but we do our best to give everyone an opportunity. And of course, there's always sponsorship opportunities that give everyone that little bit extra exposure and a few more minutes on the mic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce, it actually since the late 1930s, when a group of Upper Keys business owners got together to discuss how to improve the business environment, incorporated in the 1970s, and as you said, continues to grow to this day to support businesses in the Upper Keys. Again, it is Susie Youngberg. She's president of Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. on Good Morning Keys. So we also have another networking opportunity every month called Members in Motion. That opportunity comes up again next week.
Right. We do, try to do 2 events a month. One is a luncheon, one is an after hours. Our Members in Motion, where different members around town host us each month. So February is going to be a little special. We will be hosted by Reef Environmental Education Foundation at their new building, their Ocean Exploration Center, which is a beautiful visitor center. It's a great addition to the Upper Keys. If anyone hasn't been there, it's free. It's a great place to take your children. But they are going to be hosting us, food provided by the Italian Food Company, so it's going to be great food. The really exciting part is we will have the Florida Keys Art Council, Florida Keys Council of the Arts, will be there with the Connections Project, the mosaic of the Florida Keys. It's some people, I'm sure you've seen it, the project that goes around, it tours around all throughout the Keys.
Yeah, Liz Young comes on and talks about that every couple of weeks.
Oh, Liz is fabulous.
She's been talking up the Key Largo Chamber and the Connections Project coming up next week.
Oh, great.
Yes.
So I'm sure she has talked about that they got a grant so that in addition to bringing the art into the chamber events and things like that, they bring live music. So in addition to the Connections Project, we will have the Mangrove Swamp Band who will be playing for us, which are always so much fun. They'll have sort of an abbreviated version. Sometimes I think they have as many as 20 or 30 people in their ensemble, but I think they're bringing about a dozen people will be playing for us that night. So should be great fun, lots of good networking, friendship, food, drinks, and art and music. So we'll have it all.
Yes, you will. That's another great opportunity presented by the Key Largo Chamber of Commerce, legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. Susie Youngberg with us, president of the Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. And let's also talk about other opportunities for businesses. Of course, the Visitor Center, the official Visitor Center, the first one that we get to as we enter the Keys in Key Largo, operated by the Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. That presents opportunities for businesses to make themselves known. And then you also have Destination Key Largo magazine, which will be published here soon, and sponsorship opportunities for businesses to promote themselves abound in Destination Key Largo, the publication.
That's right. Yes, of course, we are right here at mile marker 106. So we're the first stop as people enter the Florida Keys. We are the official Florida Keys Visitor Center. And we do this publication. It is an annual publication. It comes out in May. So we have started now reaching out to members to advertise in the magazine. This magazine, we're estimating at this point, it's up to about an 80,000 distribution. When it is first printed, it goes out in the Upper Keys Weekly. So it does go out to all, pretty much all the residents of the Upper Keys have a chance to pick that up. So it is a local publication. It also is at a lot of our locations around town, a lot of hotels and restaurants for visitors and locals alike to pick it up. We have it available here in the visitor center, and every single visitor that walks in our door leaves with a copy of it. We also mail it out nationwide. We get calls every day for people wanting information. They're either planning their vacation, planning their trip to the Florida Keys, or possibly even planning to relocate to the Florida Keys. So they want information, not just about hotels and restaurants and tourist activities, but businesses and what's going on here. They might already be looking ahead for their doctor or their attorney or their bank. So it is a great opportunity for our local businesses to get a lot of exposure, not just locally, but nationwide. And it's also on our website. So great opportunity. We have advertising opportunities from a full two-page spread down to an eighth of a page business card size ad. So we would really love to see, every business in the Upper Keys advertised in that, in addition to their directory. It is our membership directory. So if you are a member, you're automatically listed, but you can have an ad for just a little bit more exposure to bring a little spotlight on your business.
Yeah, Destination Key Largo magazine. It is a beautiful publication. It really is a great resource for those visiting as well as those new to the area, and even our locals as well, to find area services and other businesses that they may be interested in working with and doing business with. And then, yes, further opportunities to promote your business and market.
And this year is our 10th anniversary, 10 years
no
since
kidding.
Destination Key Largo. So we'll have a little bit of a special edition. I think we're going to maybe talk to a local artist about having a special cover for our 10th edition. So again, it would be a great opportunity for businesses to get involved.
Absolutely. Well, the legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. We're speaking with Susie Youngberg, president of the Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. You can find out more, keylargochamber.org. We invite all to find out more about the chamber and the different and varied resources and benefits of membership as well. So please do reach out. And it starts with keylargochamber.org, where you find out more. So, Susie, I think we've hit the highlights for this morning, but we'll have further conversations, of course, in the near future. But is there anything else you'd like to mention at this time?
And that's about it. I'd just like to, thank all of our members. As I mentioned, the chamber is growing. We're up to about, I think, 545 members last I looked.
That's great.
We did get a couple of new trustee members, which are those members who take a little extra step in their support of the chamber. So it's a great time to join the Key Largo Chamber. So anyone, feel free to reach out to us and we'll give you information.
Excellent. Thank you, Susie, for being here. We'll most likely see you this weekend at the Gigantic Nautical Market. Thank you for your service to
will
Rotary.
be there.
Yeah, thanks for being a Rotarian as well. That's awesome.
I got my official name badge this morning, so I am an official Rotarian now.
All
so
right.
very proud.
Wear it proudly. Absolutely. Good for you. Thank you, Susie, for being here. Thanks for all that you do for our community. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
Take care. You too. It is Susie Youngberg. She is the president of the legendary Key Largo Chamber of Commerce. Find out more online, keylargochamber.org. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We are back in a moment.
Tune into Medical Matters, Tuesday mornings at 8:15 on Good Morning Keys. Nikki, the nurse from the Key West Surgical Group, will discuss medical topics and questions that matter. Plus, she'll refer to other experts who can help you with your health. It's Medical Matters, Tuesday mornings at 8:15 on Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. Brought to you by the Key West Surgical Group, 3134 Northside Drive, Key West. Exceptional care close to home.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready.
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
It's time for a new point of sale system for your business. But you say, I can't afford a new system, so I'll just put up with another year of high processing fees and no service or support. Hi, I'm Mike Kraus, president of Sales Sense Payments and resident of the Florida Keys. And I'll give your business a free point of sale system. That's a value up to $10,000. All that we ask is that you process your credit cards through Sales Sense Payments. No gimmicks or contracts. After you and I meet for a consultation, which is also free, Sales Sense Payments will set up your business with the most cost-effective point of sale solution using more than our 25 years of experience and relationships with more than 20 vendors. Start the year off by saving money and processing fees with a free point of sale system from a local company that consistently delivers local support and transparency in the Florida Keys. That's Sales Sense Payments. Call me, Mike Kraus, at 305-723-1234 to get started. 305-723-1234 or visit us online at salessensepayments.com and check out our 5-star review on Google.
Need to sell your house fast? Whether you're facing foreclosure, stuck with bad tenants, or just ready for a fresh start, House Buyer Network can help. We buy homes as is for cash. No fees, no commissions, no repairs. Get a fair cash offer in just 24 hours and close in as little as 7 days. Call 833-464-0827 now for your free no-obligation offer. That's 833-464-0827. House Buyer Network. Fast cash, no hassle.
Summit Mosquito Dunks kill mosquito larvae in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and more. Just drop a dunk in any area of standing water and get up to 30 days of control. For larger areas of standing water, use mosquito bits. Both are EPA approved, non-toxic to people, pets, and wildlife, but deadly to mosquitoes. Fight the bite with mosquito dunks and bits. Find them at your local garden or hardware store, or order online at summitresponsiblesolutions.com.
Good morning, Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. Good morning to you. No major incidents to report up and down US 1. That is good news. 75 degrees on our way to 80 today. Going to be a beautiful day in the Florida Keys. We are thankful for that. And we are going to say good morning to Julie Cheon. She's the Director of Communications for the Florida Keys, Florida International University in support of Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. We'll put it that way. So good morning to you, Julie, and welcome.
Good morning. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thrilled to be here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just double check. I still don't, I don't seem to have an attachment on my email. I don't know why. So we're going to kind of wing it and take your, I'm going to double, triple check here.
I know what happened. Let's see.
Anyway. But welcome to the position. You're stepping in the shoes of Scott Atwell. We've enjoyed our visits with him, but we're looking forward to more visits with you. You've been in the Florida Keys, as you mentioned to me earlier, over 20 years, so you're well acclimated with the Keys and the water surrounding them. So we appreciate you lending your expertise to the National Marine Sanctuaries as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been here like you said, 25 years, and it's amazing taking on this role. There's so much more that goes on behind the sanctuaries than I ever realized. Yeah. And I've been down here, I've been involved in the environmental community, and it's been really eye-opening. So just kudos to the staff here and the amazing team and what goes on behind the scenes. Yes. It's been quite an experience to get started. And in fact, last week, we had some visitors to the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. We were fortunate to welcome Dr. Neil Jacobs to our headquarters in Key West. Now, Dr. Jacobs is the Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere. We also call him the administrator of NOAA. So what he does is he leads the entire agency that oversees the NOAA programs. That's not just the National Marine Sanctuary. That includes the Weather Service, the Marine Fishery Service, the National Ocean Service, the National Environmental Satellite Data and Information Service, and the Office of Marine and Aviation Operation. So he is a busy guy, and we were very fortunate to be able to have him come to our office in Key West. It was a great opportunity for us to share updates on what's happening in the Florida Keys. Everything from coral restoration efforts to community partnerships, and to discuss ongoing priorities for the sanctuary and management of stewardship. We really like to use these visits to connect our local work with the broader NOAA science, conservation, and policy goals. So it was a great opportunity. I know he visited some other facilities down here, including the National Weather Service in Key West. And he was kept on his toes because he had a very, very busy schedule. But it's rare to have Mr. Jacobs be able to visit. So it was a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, it would be a tremendous opportunity to highlight the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary and all that your team there does to protect our environment and such a precious resource as the National Marine Sanctuary. And it's great to have the attention of the higher ups, so to speak, and a focus on our own Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. I'm sure we're very dependent upon continuing to direct priorities our way, whether it's funding or the like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot going on up there, up in Washington. We were fortunate. Right now, our funding has stayed at our 2024 levels. So things are, we've been fortunate so far. And I think we highly regarded as far as the National Marine Sanctuary System is highly regarded. And I do see that the legislators are valuing what we do and what we're here for. Now, one of the things that we do here is we have cooperative agreements with some fishing guides and diving operators. And so what we have this whole program called the Blue Star Operator Program. Yes. And we've recently had two organizations join our Blue Star program. We had a fishing guide and we had a diving operator. So one of the ones is Purple Heron Charters. Okay. They're our newest Blue Star fishing guide.
Congratulations to them. I know that the standards are pretty high to become a Blue Star operator.
Yeah, they are. And they offer guided tours, backcountry fishing trips right out of Key West. And they are high. And the other one that we have that we've welcomed is the Ocean First out of Key Largo. They're a dive operator that recently joined the team. So with the program, they actually receive training from the sanctuary staff, initial training and ongoing training. And the program helps visitors and locals to identify who's committed to protecting the Florida Keys while providing great experiences on the water. I mean, these folks have been trained by sanctuary staff, so it's fantastic. And this is a voluntary recognition program. So the businesses that volunteer and choose to participate, they do so because they care about the long-term health of our reefs and our fisheries. You know, they take the extra step to educate their customers about responsible diving, snorkeling, fishing practices. And I think it's that one-on-one, peer-to-peer education. It makes a big difference. It's really a partnership between the sanctuary and local businesses to promote responsible tourism. And it helps ensure that these resources are here for future generations. So we're thrilled with that program. We have a little motto. It's look before you book. So I like to say that as much as possible. If you're down here in the Keys, whether you're a local or you're a visitor and you need to hire a dive operator or a fishing guide, look before you book. You can check it out on the Sanctuary website. We have them listed there. And also we have an app called the Explorer app, and you can also find them there as well. The Explorer app, that'll be a whole different radio show to go into all the wonderful things that the Explorer app does for folks when they're down here in the Keys. But I'll save that for later because we have a few other things to chit chat about.
Yeah, absolutely. Julie Chion, she's the Director of Communications, Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary on Good Morning Keys. And I will take your lead on additional initiatives that we should be highlighting before I ask you any questions. But what other news from the National Marine Sanctuary should we be covering at this time?
Sure. Well, we are hiring right now. We have our illustrious buoy team, and they are very popular. And in fact, anytime we post about the buoy team, they're like the highest ranked posts that we do on social media. They're amazing. So what we're hiring for is called a Marine Operations Technician. And the buoy team is based in Key Largo. This one's going to be one of our most hands-on and visible roles. The team itself, and actually this position is based out of Key Largo, but the team itself has operations out of Key West and Key Largo. But they maintain over 800 buoys across more than 4,500 square miles of sanctuary waters. I mean, 800 buoys, that is a lot of maintenance.
That's a
ton. Yeah. And it's a kind of an interesting day-to-day job. You'll have a mix of boat operations, diving, mechanical work. You're out on the water installing and maintaining buoys, so you're helping to protect the coral reefs by preventing anchor damage, because that's what these buoys are here for. Some of them are buoys that folks can anchor to, so they don't have to, that they can tie off to, so they don't have to anchor. And other ones are buoys letting you know what part of the protected area you're in. And they work as a close-knit team. It's a small group, so it's very close-knit. And there are some good characteristics that make somebody a good fit for the team. Someone who enjoys working outdoors, comfortable on boats, scuba experience, don't need a college degree. The position really values experience, technical skills, and a strong work ethic. So it's really an opportunity for somebody who wants to make a difference.
Excellent. All right. And how do they apply for that?
So, yeah, so although the job is posted for, I guess it's almost the 2 months is coming to a close, but we're encouraging folks to apply by February 27th. And in order to do so, they can visit careers.fiu.edu. And you'll go under the section of prospective employees. And there is a job ID number. If somebody has a pen in their hand, they can write down 536724. But a lot of the jobs at the sanctuary are through FIU. So careers.fiu.edu and go to prospective employees, and you will find that position there. And it's titled Marine Operations Technician.
Okay. And that is because of the partnership of FIU with the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, of which you were a part of that partnership as well. Julie Cheon with us. Speaking about the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. And we have a couple of other points to cover, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody who's down here knows that outreach season is in full throttle. So we have some events. We've done some events. We completed some events last week, which if I have time, I'll talk about. But we have 3 events coming up that I really want to touch base on. The first one is a unique student event up at the down at the Eco Discovery Center in Key West. And I don't know if people are familiar with our Eco Discovery Center, but it's a fabulous free educational museum. But this particular event is hosted by the History of Diving Museum. And it's also done in partnership with Art Builds Community. So it's a student poetry and song performance. It's a unique event. And it's going to showcase original student songs and poems. They celebrate our connection to the ocean, and they're also inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So it really looks to be a great event.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. Okay.
And that will be Thursday, February 19th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the Eco Discovery Centers in Key West at 35 Quay Road, down there by the Truman Waterfront there.
Truman Waterfront. Perfect. That'll be, that's a great opportunity. And what other outreach should we be mentioning?
Yeah, we also have, for those folks who are into shipwrecks and the history, we have just an amazing history down here. So on Tuesday, February 24th, folks can join Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary maritime archaeologist Matthew Lawrence. He'll be at the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum for a free presentation. He'll reveal the hidden histories of some of the sanctuary's lesser-known shipwrecks. So from mystery to discovery, they're like underwater time capsules. And, what they reveal is amazing. They reveal secrets or, about people, trade, and just the events that shape the Keys as we know it today. So that is Tuesday, February 24th. It's 6:30 p.m. Again, it's at the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum. The title is called Florida Keys Sanctuary Shipwreck Stories, and that is also free. So we hope people come and dive into that as well.
Excellent. Again, it's Julie Cheon. She is the Director of Communications, Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, speaking with us on Good Morning Keys. And we have about a minute or so left, Julie. So what other priorities should we be talking about regarding the National Marine Sanctuary?
Well, I think we have everybody's favorite down here. We have one more event to talk about, everybody's favorite, which of course is the Giant Nautical Flea Market, which is in Islamorada this weekend. So 2 things on that. If you're going through Islamorada, be prepared. There's going to be some traffic. But this works out to be an amazing event. It supports the Rotary. It's something that the sanctuary really enjoys supporting. We get to talk with so many people about the sanctuary waters, and there are locals, there are visitors. There are fishing folks there, so we get a real breadth and depth of the community there. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we could quickly mention the previous events that you had mentioned. We can do that here quickly now.
Oh, sure. So, oh my gosh, we had a really busy, this was just the last week. We had folks at the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary at Ocean Reef. They talked about sanctuary management and the DARP program. That's DARP. That's the Damage Assessment, Restoration, and Protection Program. Okay. We also connected with captains at the Lower Keys Guides Association meeting. We joined the community at the Florida Keys Seafood Festival in Key West. And also we're out there in the community at a really unique event. It was the Personal Submersibles Organization Conference that happened in Islamorada. Like literally they have a conference for people who own personal submersible vehicles.
I missed
Way
that
cool.
one. I should. I wish I had known. That's it. Wow. You guys are everywhere. No doubt about it. So thank you.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're trying to get the good word out and educate people and answer questions while we're out there.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job of it. Thank you, Julie, for being here. Anything else we should mention here before we let you go, though?
I think I've talked everybody's ear off enough for today.
Well, thank you for taking the time to visit with us, and we will look forward to future conversations with you. So thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Take
Pleasure.
care. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
It is Julie Cheon with us. She's Director of Communications with the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary on Good Morning Keys, and of course also affiliated with the Florida International University in support of Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. Time for Glenn Beck.